What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle, and yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on, and hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. I'm talking this one right here, King Hussle. King Hussle X1L, no rags, just riches. King Hussle Crazy Reactions, the Hussle family, turn motivation into means. Dog Pound Exotic Pups, Goosebumps Horror Stories, Sleeping with the Rain, Milwaukee Made King Hussle 2.0, and King Hussle Live. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and that Twitch. So, make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. And make sure you follow me on my Twitch so you won't miss out on nothing. No entertainment, no freebies, no free sauce, nothing, alright? Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up, alright? Got a lot of fake King Hussle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification card or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. What it do, my real King Hussle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hussle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be your family hero. Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, it's some information that's going to help you win. All right, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can get $10,000 to $20,000 on the personal and the business side with bad credit. Now, it's a lot of people out there that's looking to get bad credit loans, start new businesses, and get new small startup business loans, bad credit business loans. A lot of funding out there. It's just a lot of people don't have the information and resources to make it happen for them, or on the personal side or on the business side. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining and dropping gems on how you guys can win, getting $10,000 on the business side, $10,000 on the personal side, $20,000 and all. All right, so let's get into this sauce that's gonna turn you into a boss. So when it comes to funding, when it comes to loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, everybody wants to get the lump sums of money right off the bat. Everybody want to get the $50,000 no doc loans. First of all, everybody want to get no doc loans. And no documentation loans are basically loans where you don't need any documentation, so they're going to go off of your credit report, your credit worthiness, and your credit score. Most people have bad credit. Most people have bad credit worthiness. So getting no doc loans and for them to go just solely off of your credit score, it's not going to work for most people out here in the world. So most people get documentation loans because the information that's on the documentations will determine if that person will get approved and how much they get approved for. So there are loans out there that you can get $5,000, $10,000 with bad credit, maybe even a little bit more. It's just all about the information and resources that you give, or what you got reported on those documentations that you have when you turn them in. So let's say you want to get $20,000 on the personal and on the business side, or 10 on each side, right? A lot of people got to understand that getting funding, it's not as hard as people think. So when you got on the personal side, there are bad credit loans, meaning that there are lower limit loans for $5,000, $10,000, $2,000, $3,000. And those loans are the easier loans to get, because if you're trying to get a $3,000 loan, a $5,000 loan, you basically need to make what? $15,000 a month, $20,000 a year, on paper, to show that you'll be able to pay your bills. And also remember that the debt to income ratio plays a big part if you will get approved for a loan, credit card, or line of credit or not. And a lot of people don't pay attention to the debt to income ratio. Now, your debt to income ratio is the first thing that they're going to look at when it comes to getting approved for any type of loan, credit card, or line of credit or not. How much revenue are you generating each month? And out of the revenue that you're generating each month, how much are you paying in bills? That's what your debt to income ratio is. And a lot of people never pay attention to that. So when it comes to getting approved for loans, credit cards, lines of credit, the first thing they're gonna look at is your debt to income ratio. Do you make any money, and do you make enough money? And out of the money that you're making a month, how much are you paying in bills? They want you at 36%, meaning that no more than 36% should be coming out of your revenue for bills. So a lot of people aren't where they need to be when it comes to debt to income ratio. And then your credit profile and your credit worthiness. Now, everybody's credit profile is different. Nobody's credit profile is the same. And that's what a lot of people got to start understanding. Everybody doesn't go to school. Everybody doesn't have auto loans. Everybody doesn't have credit cards being reported to their credit report. Everybody doesn't have the same finances that's going on. So you got to understand that. So understanding what your credit score is, what your credit profile is, will determine a lot. Now, different banks, different lenders, different groups require different requirements to get approved for loans, credit cards, and lines of credit. And understanding that will help you get approved for loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, because you're going to know what they require. So creditboards.com will tell you every bank and which credit bureau that they pull from. Now, the banks that you want to particularly go after are the banks that pull for one credit bureau, because if that bank is only pulling from one credit bureau, that means that you have two more credit bureaus that you can go use. So let's say I go to such and such credit union and they pull from TransUnion and they give me a $4,000 loan. Cool. If I go to Suncoast Credit Union and they pull from Experian, that loan that I got from the other bank is not going to pull up because they're not pulling from that same FICO. So each FICO can get a loan. So let's say you get a $5,000 loan on a TransUnion, $5,000 loan on the Equifax, and a $2,000 loan on the TransUnion or Experian, right? Whichever one that I didn't say. That's $12,000 alone on the personal side. It's easier to get lower limit loans than higher limit loans, because the more money that you're trying to get, the more money that you're going to have to show that you can manage and make on paper. And a lot of people can't do that. So the smaller loans, the credit builder loans, are what's going to help somebody get approved for that money. Now, when it comes to getting a $10,000 new small startup business loan, it is not hard to get funded, my people. It's just all about documentations. Everything goes off documentations. So when y'all hear these no doc loans, it's going off credit profiles, credit worthiness, how much money you make a month. When you hear documentation loans, it's going off what you have on documentations, on paper. So for everybody out there that's looking to get some type of loan, credit card, or line of credit, understand this. When it comes to personal loans, you have to show on paper that you make money and you can manage money. And your credit profile also determines a lot. A lot of people got delinquent accounts. A lot of people got hard inquiries. A lot of people got a lot going on their credit report that's going to hinder any bank, lender, or group from even wanting to lend them money. So you got to start paying attention to your credit profile. Start cleaning it up. If you got any hard inquiries or inquiries on your credit report and you did not accept a loan from any of those, that's grounds for disputation. To dispute those and delete them off your credit report. So if you didn't get the loan, you can dispute those and they'll come off your credit report. So now you got no hard inquiries on your credit profile. Any delinquent account that you have on your credit report, open it up and start making payments on it, because those are your primary trade lines right there. It's crazy how people want to clean their whole credit and then turn around and add trade lines right back to their credit report, when that's the reason they're in this position that they are in, because the previous trade lines that they had, they couldn't manage. And trade lines are not free. You're going to have to pay some money. And depending on what trade lines that you want, how much these trade lines are going to affect your credit profile, will be how much they cost. You want a $500,000 trade line package, you're going to be paying roughly $5,000. You want to buy... Nothing in life is free, nothing in life is cheap, especially when it comes to credit building. So people out there, they miss their opportunities because they trying to go for the bigger buck, and going for the smaller buck will help you build towards the bigger book. Getting $10,000 on the personal side is easy. Doing your research, figuring out what banks pull from where. Okay, this bank, and writing it down. This bank pulls from TransUnion. This bank pulls from Equifax. This bank pulls from Experian. So now that I know that these 3 banks pull from there, from each one, getting the requirements that each bank has to get approved for a loan, getting my documentations, getting my pay stubs, my bank statements, and things like that. Cool. Now that I got all this information, I can apply for that $5,000 loan, each bank. So that's $15,000 on the personal side. Establishing my business correctly on the business side. Actually generating revenue with my business before I start an LLC or EIN number, and getting a business bank account. Getting it structured the right way. A business number, business address, a business email. Getting it registered with the public records through the Better Business Bureau. Getting my Dun and Bradstreet account. Get my NAV Credit Builder business account. That's gonna be your first business trade line. Going to Credit Strong and getting the business credit trade line package that they have. Getting secured loans and credit cards. Utilizing your own money as collateral to start your own credit limit. When you utilize your own money as collateral, only thing you're paying off is the interest rate. So if you get a $100,000 secured loan, you're only paying the interest rate on that loan. So it might be $3,000, $4,000. It determines if that bank has or lender has a prepayment penalty, which they probably won't. You can pay it off right away, and it reports to your credit report as a paid off loan or credit card. And you can do this on the personal side or on the business side. And people do this on a daily basis to finesse their credit profiles, to boost the points, the payment history, and the age, and the credit worthiness all day. So people be actually missing out on tens and twenties and thirties of thousands of dollars because they going for the bigger buck. And then you got people who actually understand this and using synthetic identities to get loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, getting the smaller loans, credit cards, and lines of credit, and investing and being more blessed. So for all my people out there that's looking to figure out how they can get a quick $15,000, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, utilize your credit, utilize your business. Understand that the smaller loans will be easier for you to apply for and be approved for. The bigger loans is going to be harder because you're going to need to make more money on paper. All right, so for anybody out there that's looking to get funding on a personal or business side, understand that go for the smaller loans. Start adding trade lines, building your credit profile and your credit worthiness, showing that you make enough money on paper. People get approved all day, every day for loans, credit cards, lines of credit, EBT, any and everything with synthetic documentations, meaning it's altered documentations, fake documentations. So if they can do it, you can do it for sure with your real documentations. Doing your research on what bank offers what, especially credit builder loans or smaller limit loans. You got to do y'all research because everybody's not in the same place. Everybody does not have the same credit profile or the same goals or in the same area. So some banks might not be in your area. You might got to open up a bank account over line. Some of them might be in your area and you can go into the branch. So paying attention to 1, smaller banks, credit unions. 2, smaller limit loans. 3, revenue-based loans. And 4, understanding what credit bureaus are pulling from, what banks are pulling from what credit bureaus, because each credit bureau you can get a loan with. So you might get a $5,000 loan with Experian, $5,000 loan with TransUnion, and $5,000 loan with Equifax. It's a lot of loopholes in this credit world and this credit game. It's just about having the information and resources about it to make it happen. If you don't got the